Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do here today, everybody remembers my disaster seed planting experiment where everything died except, or nothing germinated except for the tomatoes. I planted 2 beefsteaks, 2 Cherokee purples, and 2 big Zacks. What I'm gonna do today is split them up. I'm gonna take 1 of each and they're gonna be planted in dirt in my buckets. And then the other 3, which are pretty much the same size, I'm going to plant them hydroponically in a water fertilizer solution mix without aeration of any kind. They'll be just, the roots will just be suspended in the nutrient rich water, and we will see which one grows better. I know from past experience tomatoes just love the dirt. They did real well in the aquaponics, and I have done them in hydroponics before, and I had some limited success because I had them outside and the buckets weren't covered. So every time it rained, and in Florida it rains pretty much every day, it was diluting the solution. So the potato that they grew and they produced, but they could have produced a lot better if I would have done my job better and kept the water at full strength with the solution. So what I'm going to do this time when I put them in the buckets is I'm going to make sure no extra water gets in other than the solution itself, to really have a good experiment going here and see if I can produce the same quality, if not better, tomatoes hydroponically as well as with the dirt. Basically, I just want to see the difference, and I want to bring you guys along for it and let you share the ride. So I'm going to get started mixing up the dirt and getting these things ready to go into the bucket. I'll be right back. Okay guys, the dirt that I'm using is the Miracle-Gro raised bed soil. Spent a little extra money. Well, actually not really, it was on sale, it wasn't that bad. But it was enough to do 3 5-gallon buckets. And as you notice, I put in a good sized handful of rabbit manure with each one. I'm going to give it a good mixing, mix it up real good, and then I'm going to plant the tomatoes, and we're going to let this thing rock and roll and see what happens. I'll bring you back. Okay guys, we got the big Zack, the Cherokee purple, and the beefsteak all planted in that beautiful black dirt mixed in with some rabbit manure. So we are going to see what happens. Starting to get late. I may have time to do the hydroponic 3. I may not be able to get a chance to do those until tomorrow, but the tomatoes are off to the race. And those little plants that just wanted to die, the real leggy ones that were worse than the tomatoes, they like completely laid over and like turned brown, and I poured water on them anyway just for shits and giggles. Even though these things came back to life, they're looking like celery maybe, I don't know. But 2 out of the 4, those 2 just said nope. These 2 came back to life. So I'm not sure what they are, but I'm thinking maybe celery or some kind of lettuce. I don't know, we'll see. But keep your fingers crossed on that. And oh, by the way, with your buckets, even the potato buckets, I was in a hurry to get those done and I didn't paint them. But you need to always make sure you're painting your buckets to try to keep the sunlight out, because it will degrade the plastic and they'll only last. If I left them white and set them out here and planted stuff in, they'd make it a year. But come the next year, they'd be so brittle, if you touch the bucket wrong, it'll shatter. So you want to either wrap it in something or paint it in a color that keeps the sunlight off. And I'm actually gonna get some more dirt as soon as these things grow a little bit. That's why I left them kind of low, because they are still kind of leggy and they're gonna grow a little bit, and I'm gonna plant them deeper. And I'm just gonna fill the bucket up once they get high enough. So you won't be able to see any of the white on the inside. But that's my plan, and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck.